The following audio outlines one of our service users' experience of domestic abuse. It contains details around domestic abuse and mental health. Details have been changed to protect our service user. This is such a powerful story in every sense, and we hope it will play a small part in helping people reclaim themselves and their lives. If you are seeking support, please visit lgbt.foundation/domestic abuse or call our helpline on 0345 3 30 30 30. Somehow the friends I thought we shared had turned their backs on me, and I became the villain in the relationship. I stopped being invited to things, and very quickly I was left feeling isolated from everyone but my abuser. It took a few months for the physical abuse to continue. They chose the route of verbal, emotional, and financial abuse. Their financial abuse started as gifts because they could afford to, and became like dangling a carrot in front of me. I could only have this if I did this. They would surprise me with a holiday and then cause an argument just to be able to disinvite me last minute and replace me with someone else. I cannot recall the number of times I was called worthless, useless, stupid, ugly, a slut, a slag, a disgrace. Nor can I recall the number of times I would be screamed at that they were the only one who loved me, how I would have nothing if it wasn't for them, how no one else could even stand me, and of course how all the violent outbursts were my fault. I made them do this to me. They were always cruel when we argued, but it escalated quickly, and the difference this time was that they took great pleasure in all the nasty things they were saying to me and how much distress they were causing me. They began to take pleasure in using my insecurities against me. For example, they knew I was insecure about my relationship with my mother. We were never close as she was never very maternal and neglected me of love my whole life, so therefore every argument I would hear things such as, "No wonder your mum never loved you." Everything I told them in private became ammunition to use against me. I may not be close to my family and have said plenty of bad things about them myself, but I always had the attitude of it being my family, therefore I'm allowed to say it, but no one else is. I would say this to them and ask if they really must verbally attack me, then could they leave my family out of it, as it really upsets me. As soon as they knew that, they brought this into every argument. Even now, all these years later, the memory of them calling my family pieces of shit still makes my blood boil. They also loved to use my mental health against me. When having panic attacks, they would throw things at me, pin me down in a smothering way, or even just continue to hurl abuse at me when I'm literally struggling to breathe. I have suffered from self-harm and suicidal thoughts from a young age, and they would often tell me to kill myself, as if taunting me to do so. They would tell me that they, my family, and the world would be better off without me. Being told to apologise to my mother for even being born is very memorable to me. At the same time, the physical abuse had also begun again. There was now barely an argument that didn't follow the same routine, verbally attacking me and my family until I couldn't take it anymore, and then end it with assault. They got smarter and started attacking me in places I couldn't get away from easily, like the car. They tried to stop hitting my face and deliberately chose areas that were harder to see